What's up, friends and family, saints and ain'ts? How are you? Are you ready for some radiant rap? I am this last Thursday in 2022. Mind blown. I cannot even believe it. But first, I want to say happy birthday blessings to my daughter. She was absolutely my best birthday present 32 years ago. Uh, that was my very best birthday present. No, yeah, it was. It was 28 years ago. It was 28 years ago. So the 32 comes in because that's how old I was. So, yeah, happy birthday to Justice. And I like to joke that that day when she was born, that was my last birthday. So I just kind of stayed 32, but mind blown again because 28 years have gone by and I cannot believe I'm 60. I got a birthday message from one of my friends, like family seal. Haven't seen her since we were probably in elementary school, but we've communicated a few times on Facebook. And I said to her, I can't believe that a lifetime has passed. I mean, really, a lifetime has gone by. She's raised her kids, I've raised my kids. 60. What the heck? Yeah, so I'm still just tripping over that a little bit. But I feel blessed to have lived 60 years. I know a whole lot of people that didn't make it. And yeah, I know I've lived a life that, I mean, when we were young, everybody that grew up with me knows we had family members and friends and loved ones who didn't even make it to 18, didn't make it to 30, didn't make, we had a lot of that. So we experienced a lot of that. So I feel blessed. I want to thank my mom who was here last week. Mommy, she always, when she's on with me, it's always uh, on and popping, and she shares her wisdom, and people love her. So kudos to mom. Whenever she gets a chance, I'm sure she'll check this out. So tonight, the last Thursday, the last week, the last couple of days of the year, we're doing a lot of, it's a good time if you're not doing a lot of, it's a good time to reflect and do some goodbyes and some hellos. And one other thing for my birthday, I'm shamelessly, asking or inviting you to contribute to a 501c. It's tax deductible, but the American Heart Association. And I picked that one. I could have picked a number of things because I struggle with blood pressure, and that's just with hypertension. And that is one of the things that I fight against. And maybe it's, why I have the struggle at all. I mean, that's just one because high blood pressure, I mean, I could have decided to raise money for stroke, kidney disease. Those are the primary things that hypertension can cause or damage. They can lead to cardiovascular disease, heart disease. And I chose American Heart Association. And the reason I think I chose that is because it is still the number one killer. And it is a silent killer. Blood pressure is a silent killer. You don't even know a lot of times. So you have to be diligent on it, about it. And maybe if I weren't in this struggle, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't be as passionate as I am about wellness and health, because I know that 90% of you, if you were doing half of what I am doing, you would be better physically. But I mean, why am I having to struggle with the condition? I mean, why not me? But I'm very, very strict. So maybe it wouldn't be 90% of you, but I'm just saying if my clients, when they come to me, most of them, I almost 100% think they're eating enough vegetables. They may not think they're drinking enough water. They may not, but a lot are just unclear of really what being healthy is, and their interpretation of what is a recommended a good amount of vegetables to eat every day, which is one of the things that is will help to reduce hypertension, is eating vegetables and fruit and drinking water and all these things that I talk about with Radiant Lifestyle. And someone said to me, well, if but aren't you like you're struggling, you struggle with hypertension, but you exercise, but you eat right, but I mean, yeah, you know what, we can control what we do, but we don't have control over everything in life. We don't, only God does. So that's one of my, so the hellos and goodbyes for me. One of my hellos is just to continue to pray, to ask God, what is it that he requires or wants of me, right? And how do I need to listen to, what do I need to shed, because we're not perfect? How can I do better? How can I be better? What is it that he's requiring of me? And so that's one of my hacks. That's one of my recommendations, is that we do that, that you do that you do a reflection. And a group that I was in this year, they used at the end of the session that we did, this was with our church, and it was Pastor Darius and Erica, and they asked, what are the pros, the grows, and the kudos? So even if you sit back and you look at, okay, what are my pros? What things did I do well? Just 3 categories even. Not, it could be for business, it could be for your personal life. What are areas of growth? So not even that it's so bad, like, because give yourself grace. I mean, we're all growing at different paces, and we are where we are, and it's okay. Just, we need to be honest with ourselves, right? So what are some pros, what are some grows, and what are some kudos? What are some things that you can take out of 2022 and take away from 2022? So can I just go back just for a moment, since I was talking about the high blood pressure and the American heart disease? So even $5, if you donate, that's fine. But just let me just say, we could say no to salt, too much salt in our diet. And these, by the way, are things that I've adjusted in my diet, and I do well, like crazy well, compared to most of you. All right. But eat fruits and vegetables, exercise, minimize alcohol and caffeine. Those are things that can help with the reduction of, or the risk of, heart disease, stroke, and kidney disease. Getting at least 150 minutes of physical exercise a week. That's like 30 minutes, 5 days a week. Not smoking. Jesus, some of you are still smoking. And I already did say eating a healthy diet and managing stress. Now, these things can be easier said than done. So we got to ask God to help us, right, with these things. So that was one thing that, in general, I think, so you could say goodbye to some of those things. And listen, when we look back on 2022 to say goodbye to them, we'll take away the wisdom from the past. We want to bring the wisdom with us, but we don't want to hold on to the baggage. We want to say goodbye to unforgiveness. Possible. I pray that you can, because that's the stress that I'm talking, kind of stress that I'm talking about. Even sometimes relationships, we need to say goodbye to them, but in the past, let's leave whatever is negative, the drama, whatever that is, in the past, and then bring forward what are those goals and those dreams that you want to accomplish. And um, my mentors, they are doing something phenomenal. I think it's beautiful. They've been doing it for a couple of years. They're a bit younger, so they have a young kid, and they are going away for a weekend, not with the kid, just going away for a weekend. And they call it a vision trip. So that's what they're saying hello to. And they've been doing that every year. And so they've built out the pros, the grows, and grows, GROWS, room to grow, and the kudos. They've broken that out. So they look at, in this weekend, kind of put aside everything else, just focus on each other, and look at the losses perhaps that they that have occurred, whatever. And so that would be the grows, really. The pros would be the wins, and what they want to spiritually focus on. They look at their finances. They have a gratitude section, and if you know me at all, you know that I'm such a believer in the gratitude section. What do you have to be grateful for? So that's what we need to look at, and that's what um, I think really helps you to have a full life, what you have to be grateful for. And when you're looking at finances, what are you giving? Do you have, do you, what what we call, it's tithing. Do you have 10% or more of what you make? Are you um, giving that back? You know, um, and so, taking a look at that, looking at maybe traveling, what traveling they did in 2022 and what they want to accomplish in 2023. And then what is it? What big thing do they want to accomplish in 2023? What is one big thing that happened in 2022 that was memorable? You know, what do they need to get more on the same page with? So I don't think this is just for couples. Kevin and I love the idea, and I know that we'll do it. I don't know if we'll go away for a weekend and do it, but we'll spend an afternoon, a meal, and I don't. We've done this, but not formally like this, and I just love the idea. So this is something I'm going to say hello to. And then it was so cute because when my mentor said, and we look at what we want to accomplish 50 years from now. And at first, being short-sighted, I'm like, 50 years from now, I'll be dead. But no, what do you want your grandchildren and your great grandchildren to have because of you? What do you want to have happened? So I think we need to have a vision that's biblical too. And so that's what I told you I'm starting with. It's just just asking God, just asking him, what is it that, how can I be better? What does he want from me? Happy New Year, Cheryl. And hey, hey, Robert, how are you? And so, what do you guys think? Do you think that's a good thing to do? And do you already do it? Whether you're watching now, listening now, or later, do you have a time that you set aside for vision, not just for business? I think that's good too. But because for me, a small business owner, so at part of my whole overall is the business and the personal, and I'm like, share my life, a lot of it with you anyway. So those are the different sections for me. So saying goodbye to the past, and like this week I did something that like I'm human and I messed up. Like I missed this appointment and it was a big deal. And I'm still, it's like it's a current wound, so I'm still kind of licking my wound, but it's like I don't like to mess up, so I don't like to make mistakes, but we just gotta that happened. How can I grow from it? How can I learn from it? How can I move forward? you know and same, any splintered relationships, what's the part that I can do to make it better. Thank you, Anne, I appreciate you. So I think that when we're doing this, what we can say goodbye to for 2022 is looking outside of ourselves at what other people need to do for us to be better and more comfortable, but take it more to a personal perspective, because that's really all you have control over, really. And even that, it's limited. There are certain things we can control, and then a lot of the outcomes we cannot. You know. Um, so Cheryl is a licensed therapist. Cheryl is a licensed therapist, and she happens to be on right now. And I'm going to read what she just said. I already meditate, asking the universe to put me in the space to be of service and letting go of my yesterday and open my arms to my present and my future. So that's Cheryl, and that's what she's doing. So have a space. That's my hacks. Those are my hacks. And I invite you, my church. We do we do a fast, but this is not about weight loss. This is not, yes, it will, an outcome of it is to be healthier physically, but and mentally, but it's a spiritual journey. So if you want to know more about that, then let me know. And then before I go, lastly, those of you that are on my email, you already heard me say this because I sent you an email before Christmas, just to tell you that I love you and appreciate you. But I want to tell you, just in case you're not on that email list, and if you want to get on it, let me know, because I send recipes. I have exercise videos and things like that to help you. And I appreciate you. But it was my teacher, Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer, my yoga teacher. Thank you, Jennifer. I look forward to working with her more. I've learned a lot from her, and I like learning from her and partnering with her too. So I'm looking forward to being in her space in 2023 as well. And so what I said in the thank you, Cheryl. What I said in the email was basically expressing my gratitude for every person who has prayed for me this year, who has purchased product from me this year, my clients that have trained or allowed me, because it's personal. You have to give someone permission to talk to you like that. I mean, you really have to. It's personal about what you're doing with your, how you're eating and you're exercising and how you're feeling and stuff. So I appreciate that trust that you had in me. And I've had a couple of hard conversations where, I mean, sometimes you just like you got to get raw. And so that you give me permission to do that. I appreciate you. I appreciate my students that have taken my classes. I appreciate you. I appreciate my colleagues. I mean, I'm surrounded by so many good people. I appreciate my pastor. I appreciate my spiritual um, leaders and comrades, because we wrestle and with the Bible, and we're in it, like in the trenches in it. And I feel like I'm growing. I have so much more to do, but I do feel like I'm growing. So I just appreciate every act of kindness and all the ways that you supported me and my business. And so your encouragement, your referrals, all the happy birthdays that I had today, um, trying my recipes that I share, all the ways, and just praying for me. Some of you, just the fact that you thought of me to pray for me, I don't take any of it for granted. And so thank you. And I do believe that each one reaches one. And so we together are getting healthier, and we are in with us getting healthier mind, body, spirit, then we're being good stewards, good representatives, and then we are helping others, right? So just wanted to say that. And as always, oh, one other thing, let me just say this, because it's really, that whole thing with Twitch, that really bothered me a lot. And it's just been so many sad things, so many good things, so many sad things too. But I also said in that newsletter, just a reminder, please know that you are loved, that you are not alone, that there is help and there is hope for you. You have greatness inside of you, my friends. I believe in you. And I do love you. Yeah, I do love some. I do. I love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. I'll see you in, God willing, in 2023. God bless. Bye.